Hello, good afternoon, students of 3rd A, 3rd B, 3rd C, and 3rd D. This is your teacher Victor. This is our second video. We're going to see a continuation of our first video. But before we start the class, I'd like to start the class with our Father over there in your house. You can pray with me. Our Father who art in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Okay, sit up straight, face the front, pay attention to the class. So let's begin. So we have here the theme, a healthy diet. Today is Friday, April 24th, year 2020. And we're going to be looking at the origin of food. Where does food come from? The food that we eat. We're also going to look at the composition of food and the function of food. But first, let's look at the origin of food. Now, it comes from either animal or plant. So all the food that we eat, its origin, it's either animal or plant. Let's see three examples of animal food that comes from animals. Yes, I'll put the first one, and then the other ones we can think together. On animal, let's put fish. Now, fish is an animal, its origin, so that food would fall into the category of animal. Now, let's think of another food that we eat that comes from animals. Can somebody think of one? Okay, what about chicken? Yeah, chicken comes from animal. Well, actually, it is an animal. Okay, so can you give me another one? One more example of animal origin. Okay. What about meat? You know, the meat that we eat, it comes from animal. There are different kinds of animal. It could be a cow. It could be a goat. It could be a different kind of animal, just like the chicken we eat comes from the chicken. So let's put meat. Chicken is actually a meat. Alright, so we got three examples of animal origin. Now let's go to plant origin. Now, plant origin could be fruits, could be vegetable, or any other type of fruit and vegetable. Can somebody give me an example of a vegetable that comes from plant? I'll give you a clue on this one. It's orange, and rabbits like to eat this vegetable. What is it? Carrot. That is correct. Carrot. Now let's think of another example of a food that comes from plant. Let's think of a fruit this time. Somebody give me a fruit. What about pineapple? Pineapple comes from fruit. So we need one more example. Could be a vegetable, could be fruit. What about lettuce? What about lettuce? Okay, so lettuce comes from plant. All right, so now that we know that the food that we eat either comes from animal or plant, let's also look that food, for example, we have 4 sentences here that we have to complete. Now, the first sentence says, you get energy from. Where do we get the energy for our bodies to make us do activities like sports, running, jumping? Where do we get that energy from? We get it from food, correct? So it's either food that comes from an animal or it's food that comes from a plant. Very good. Now let's look at the second sentence. It says, it has a substance called what? It refers to food. Food has a substance that is called what? What does food have that gives us energy? It has nutrients, correct? Nutrients. These are the nutrients that gives us energy. Okay, let's look at the third sentence. It says, food can have blank or blank origin. Now remember, we said that the food has 2 origins. What are the 2 origins here? Correct, animal or plant. So here we put animal or plant. So food can have animal or plant origin. Let's look at the last sentence. The last sentence says, it is classified according to blank or blank. It is classified, food is classified for its composition, or its function. What does it mean by composition? Composition means that this food either has proteins, minerals, vitamins like fruits and vegetables. That is the composition of fruits and vegetables. It means that it has vitamins and minerals. For example, food that have a lot of sugar, like soda and candy and donuts, they are called carbohydrates. That's the composition of those food, carbohydrates, okay? And the function, different foods have different functions. For example, fruits and vegetables, the function of fruits and vegetables is to make us strong. And there are other foods that have different functions. For example, there are foods like we saw on the last video, like fish. Fish, the function of fish is to make us grow. Okay, so we learned that food also is classified according to its compositions and its function. So that would be for today. This would be the second video. For homework, if you don't have your science book, you can do this. You can do this on your science notebook, okay? If you have your science book, actually, you already did this page on your science book. That was homework for vacation. But to reinforce it, do it again on your science notebook, okay? So you would have more evidence on your science notebook. Time out. Español. Padres que sus hijos no tienen el libro de ciencias, no se preocupen. Este trabajo, esta tarea que es para la otra semana, la pueden hacer en su cuaderno. Lo más es de copiarlo a su cuaderno y estudiarlo. Si no tienen el cuaderno de ciencias, pueden usar cualquier otro cuaderno. Okay? Well, thank you for paying attention. I hope that you're taking care of yourself and you're washing your hands every day frequently and taking at least 20 seconds to wash your hands. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.